gentlemen. Please give her all the love you've got left in you. Put your hands together for the delightful Annette Densham. I'm heading towards 50. I know it's hard to believe. And I've noticed some really disturbing changes about my body. Like hair growing in places it never did before. Like my chin and my neck. I think I'm becoming a man. And like a Facebook stalker, you pluck them out and the next day they're back, twice as annoying. But I'm getting really good at plaiting. When I was a kid, I just wanted to fit in. I just so wanted to fit in. But we moved around so much that by the time I was 10, we'd been to 4 primary schools. So I was always being picked on. So some people call that bullying. My mother called it character building. So I'm really a character. One of the things I did to fit in was smoke cigarettes. It's like, ew, it's disgusting now. So down the creek with my mates, bum puffing my Winnie Blues, epitome of suave. You can see it, can't you? And the really, really cool kids, they smoke pot. But because I was already courting death by mother, if I got caught smoking, I wasn't prepared to go there just yet. I moved on to that later. So we decided, after someone told us that Vegemite would get us high, that we would put that on our cigarettes. So Vegemite's cheaper than pot. So down to the corner shop, Vegemite. Not too much because then your cigarette goes soggy. So light it up. Oh, sucking in that goodness. We didn't get high, but we did get our daily allowance of vitamin B12. So a few weeks ago, our eldest son had to go to hospital, and like he's never sick, so man, I was freaking out. Like it's like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I call an ambulance? Like, what do I do with the other kid? He's still asleep. Oh shit, there goes my sleep in. Inconsiderate bastard. What hospital do we go to? Now we live close enough to 6 hospitals. We are spoilt for choices. So I'm running through this list of which ones do I go to? Features, benefits, pitfalls. So I've gone Ipswich. Oh fuck, I'm not going there. Have you been to Ipswich Hospital? I don't think they've cleaned the seats in like 50 years. Logan, ditto. The PA, they do have a Starbucks. Coffee's important. No, not going there. Lady Salento, now that's a kid's hospital, he's a kid, but who wants to sit in a waiting room with like screaming kids at 6 o'clock in the morning? No thanks. Royal Brisbane, like that's too far, he could be dead by the time we get there. I settled on the QE2, not because it was closer, not because they got good coffee or better doctors, they've got free parking. And by the time I got through the end of the list, I forgot why we were going. You've got to get your priorities right. I have invented a new app. I know, I am a trailblazer. It's not on the App Store just yet, it's coming, but it's going to save people a lot of grief. Especially those who get easily offended. It's called the finger. So if you're on Facebook and you come across something on your feed that offends you, swipe up. It's really cool. If there's someone you're following that you don't like, unfollow them. If you get a text message from someone and you're going, how the fuck did they get my number? Delete it or don't read it. The next thing that I'm going to work on is how to get rid of the I'm offended gene. That's like at pandemic levels, it's crazy. So I recently had a bit of a brush with the law. So I got hauled down to the cop shop to get mugshot and fingerprinted for not paying a parking fine. I am a menace to society. Watch out, I'm a dangerous person. So I'm down the cop shop getting my new Facebook profile shot done. The cop's got my fingers and he's squishing it into the finger scanner. They don't have ink anymore, it's a scanner. Squishing it. And I've gone, this guy's treating me like I'm scum of the earth, like I've raped someone or murdered someone or I don't know, brought 2 dogs illegally into the country. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break the ice, let him know that I'm a nice person. So, mate, I reckon if you're going to hold my hand and be this close to me, you should tell me your name and take me out for dinner. I've got a young son. I've got 2. It's lucky I can count. I've got 2 fingers. There's a bit of a finger theme tonight. And he said to me once, Mum, is it okay to pick your nose? And I went, son, there's 2 types of people in this world. There's people who pick their nose and there's people who lie about it. Be true to yourself, just don't get caught at the traffic lights. And I think that there's not enough recognition of these amazing things that we've got on the ends of our arms, these digits. Did you know that there's so many uses for them? And I want to regale you with those. So this one, this is a removal finger. Fits perfectly, doesn't it? This one, I had trouble with that one. Guys, if you're still single, this is the commitment finger. It's probably why you're still single, because you don't know that. This one is instructional. This one is congratulatory. Yeah, good on you. Thank you all for coming. Good on you. Well done. This one, I've already covered a few uses. That one, swipe, delete, nose, judgment. Pauline Hanson's really good at that. I reckon she did classes. Yeah. Join those 2 and those 2 together. There you go. Multi-purpose. Good old fuck you. Now I'm going to leave you with a cautionary tale from a bungee jumping expert. Me. No, I'm not just an anchor for a boat. So I've been bungee jumping once and I learnt 2 things. Number 1, diet. Before you go bungee jumping, do not eat pancakes. Because when you're plummeting into a pool at 30 kilometres an hour, they end up being a smoothie. Second one, wardrobe. Bikinis and bungee jumping into water like a tea bag is a recipe for a major tits up. I know. Into the water, out, bikini top around the waist, boobs doing their own bungee jumping. Thank you.